Greetings everybody and welcome to a new video. My name is Fuko and today we have a look at bowguns and what is worth actually producing in the smithy. So there has been a lot of talk about Artian or Artian weapons that are usually the best option for almost every weapon to craft, right? And for bowguns it's a little bit more complicated because most weapons deal the damage like by themselves. They don't have ammo types, you know what I mean? But a lot of the damage that comes out of the bowguns actually comes from their ammunition, so it's a little bit more complicated, and I will show you some stuff about different types of builds. So first of all, I'm gonna show you how you gonna produce an Artian weapon. You go to the smithy and you can forge Artian weapons. This is only possible in the late game, high ranking. So if you don't have that option yet, don't worry, just play the story and you will gonna get there. And you have all these cracked discs, by the way. The rarity 8 is the highest one for now, until they come out with like the big DLC in the future. So don't waste any time actually making a weapon with anything below 8. It's not worth it. So let's say you want to make a Artian bowgun with the fire element type. You can either choose attack or affinity infusion, whatever is more important to you. I'm gonna go with 3 times attack, because I want to maximize all the attack that I can. And you see I have a 308 attack, which is among the best attacks that you can have, like as a starter value for most heavy bowguns. And you can upgrade these 5 times, which gives you another 25 damage at most. So what you see here is that I have only flaming ammo in a heavy bowgun that is made with the fire element type. You can only have a maximum of 2 different elemental ammunition types. Tranq ammo is always included, that one doesn't count. Each Artian weapon has tranq. If you want to have a maximum of 2 elementals on your weapon, you actually have to go with a disc cube and device type that is a 2 elemental type, right? So you have the single elemental types right here: water, fire, thunder, ice, dragon. If you go further down here, you have stuff like paralysis, sleep, blast. These things actually have 2 different elemental powers. I'm gonna use sleep because sleep has, I think, no, it was poison. Yeah, poison. If I go poison, another poison, and another poison, you see I have poison and water ammo. Don't ask me why poison ammo also has the water ammo included. Some stuff about the 2-type part selections is a little bit wonky, you just have to get used to it. So yeah, the only downside to this is you have 1 less ammo for the water, so you actually have to deal with 1 less magazine in the end, which you have to think about yourself. What is more important to you, poisoning the enemy or maximizing your water ammo capacity, right? So in my case, I want to maximize the water and do it full on attack, and then you click on forge. Gryphon. German name, I don't know why they have German names, but that's what it is. And now you have an Artian weapon. Next you have to do, after you crafted your Artian weapon, is reinforce that Artian weapon.
Who doesn't love a little ancient technology?
This is the one that I just made with the water ammo. You click it and you need all these materials that you get from the oil well basin. And with the help of these, you can actually upgrade your weapons up to 5 times. I'm gonna do this right now.
To get to work?
And I get 3 times affinity boost, 1 times capacity boost, and 1 times attack boost. And that is bad. I don't want that. I want as many attack boosts as possible. Because this weapon is gonna be used mainly for using it with the water elemental ammunition type, right? So we want to amp the damage up as much as possible. Affinity is a little bit useful, but not the main focus about this build. You just want to maximize the water damage as much as possible. So what you can do now is dismantle it.
Doesn't love a little ancient technology.
You destroy the
Ready to
gun
get to work?
and the free parts that you use to create the gun, but you get all the materials back that you use for upgrading the weapon. So you don't lose anything but the free parts that you use to like forge the weapon itself, right? Which is really nice because you have to grind a lot to get these materials in the oil well basin forge. So this is how you make the Artian weapons. Overall, all Artian weapons, not only the heavy bowgun. So now I'm gonna show you when it's actually worth to make an Artian heavy bowgun, because it's not always worth it to actually make one of these. Depending on your playstyle, you are actually better with a different gun. With one of the creature type guns that actually have interesting designs on them. So, when do you want to have an Artian bowgun? An Artian heavy bowgun? First of all, if you want a gun that's basically just a big fat boomstick. And what I mean by that is using it with the spread ammunition. Everybody knows spread ammunition is a close range ammo type that is basically used to like full on blast the enemy right into their face. Extremely helpful for monster types that are close range combat and they don't give you any space to breathe. A lot of the mammal type enemies are actually like that, like all the apes actually don't want to leave you alone. Doshigumas don't want to leave you alone. They always stay very close to you. So spread ammunition is especially nice for that one. Because I'm showing you right now why this is the case. Oh, I actually have my dual blades equipped right now. So let's have a look into the spread type ammunition on Artian weapons. You have a magazine capacity of 4. And they deal huge amounts of damage. Spread ammunition has a decently sized magazine capacity on the Artian weapon. So it is especially really good for close range combat if you are somebody who goes right into there. Just close range boomstick like Army of Darkness type of deal. What it is not good for is the piercing type. Because as you can see, you only have a capacity of 2 ammunitions. Which is absolutely horrendous. You don't want that. Your gun will deal a little bit more damage with the piercing ammunition than it's doing with something like the Gormagala gun, which is an especially good gun for piercing ammo. I would always use the Gormagala gun for piercing. And it doesn't really matter that it deals a little bit more damage than the Gormagala gun, because if you have to reload so often, instead of ditching out more damage in that time, you just lose a lot of potential that you would have with a gun with a really big type of magazine, right? You could potentially equip a gem that is reducing the reload time, but then you waste a gem slot that you can use for much more important things. I didn't really test the normal ammunition because I never use normal. Normal is just, I don't know, piercing is just way better for sniping from a higher range and spread is really fun because you get right into their personal space. Normal ammo is just like, I don't know. So yeah, that's it.
I'll check our supplies.
Piercing is an absolute no-go.
Yeah.
If you are a sniper with the heavy bowgun, don't make an Artian weapon. Don't do that. It's not worth it. If you are somebody who goes right into the monster's face and you're using a lot of spread ammunition, definitely make a heavy bowgun with the Artian type and pump it right into attack damage, like full on attack damage, and try to increase affinity as much as possible. If you are somebody who likes to make a heavy bowgun for each and every single elemental damage, like water, thunder, fire, etc. For like every single different monster type weakness. Like if you want to have a specific Artian heavy bowgun that is extremely good at dealing with the fire monsters from the oil well basin, then you make a full-on Artian heavy bowgun with the water type elemental. It is extremely nice. It is one of the best things that you can actually have as a weapon overall. A lot of people are actually speedrunning monster kills with a heavy bowgun that is specifically crafted for like one type elemental damage. So it's extremely good for an Artian weapon. So, as an overall, in a nutshell, heavy bowguns are really good Artian weapons as long as you are not a long-range sniper. If you are a long-range sniper, stay with the Gormagala gun. This one. It has an affinity boost, elemental damage boost, which is not very important in that case, but this gun is like the non-plus ultra if it comes to like sniping from a high high range. So yeah, now you know when it is recommended to have a Artian weapon or when it's recommended not to have an Artian weapon. I hope this video was somehow helpful to you. If I missed something, because Monster Hunter is a quite frustratingly complicated game when it comes to its menus and its functions. If I missed something, please tell me in the comments. I hope you liked the video. I am Fuko. See you next time. Goodbye.